When Miss Natalie asked me to spend a few minutes telling you about my vacation Bible school experience, I told her I'd be glad to do that. 1956 was the year. I know, you're saying, that was a long time ago, and it was. You're saying, like, that was last century. Yes, it was last century. 60 years ago, this summer, I was an 8-year-old in Carlisle, Iowa, a small town in the Midwest. Small Baptist church with hard pews, no air conditioning, but Bible school with teachers just like you're having with you this week that love Jesus, and they would spend their time telling me about him. Now, your theme this week is submarines and underwater adventures. Ours was a little more basic than that. We had a cutout cardboard train that set up on the top of the piano, and the theme was, this train is bound for glory. And as my teacher shared with me about Jesus, as yours will this week with you, I decided I wanted to be part of that train. I wanted to be in heaven with Jesus eternally. And I asked Jesus to come into my heart. I remember it very vividly. Someone must have gone down and told my mom, who was teaching downstairs in another class, because she came up the stair, and I still remember the look on her face and the smile she had as she looked out and saw me, a new Christian. We walked home that afternoon. We only had one car in our family. Dad had it at work. So we walked a little less than a mile to and from Bible school each day. But I held her hand and told her how happy I was to know Jesus, how relieved and relaxed I felt to know that my sins had been forgiven. I did not know all that entailed in the rest of my life, and I've grown to love him and know him more and more since then. As I grew up, I went to college, studied engineering, met my wife, Diane, at college. We got married. I've had 2 children. We have 5 grandchildren. I went on to have a career in business. I made a lot of decisions on large amounts of money and people and directions of businesses. But I'll assure you, there is no decision in my life that had greater impact and was more important than the one I made to follow Jesus as an 8-year-old. My prayer is this week, as you listen to the stories from your teachers about Jesus, that you have the opportunity to do the exact same thing. And if you do, when I'm back next week, you stop me in the church and you tell me about how you've accepted Jesus, and we'll share together what it's like to know him. My prayer this week is that this be the greatest vacation Bible school Cornerstone has ever known, and that it's especially a good one for you if you come to know Jesus. You have a good week, okay?